Hey guys, so welcome back to Moms Without Filter. Today's going to be a little bit different. We don't really have a topic to speak about. We're just kind of going to conversate, talk about ourselves, and catch up pretty much.
What we love to do.
Yeah, well we ultimately kind of decided what we wanted like when I had spoke about doing the podcast. I ultimately just kind of wanted it to be like a speaking podcast of just us getting together and conversating because sometimes we both have like the funniest things that just kind of come out of nowhere. So I think for right now, until we start getting people to, like send us stuff and what they want to listen to and what they want to hear or talk about, I think mainly we'll kind of just basically be like this and kind of, if there's a topic that was recent that we want to kind of discuss, then we'll just do that. But I think from now on, I think we'll just kind of just base it off of what we've been
Whatever.
doing.
Yeah.
Yeah, and
Just
all
talk.
that. Yeah, pretty much. So, how has your past, because we did skip last week. That was
I
my
feel like we
fault.
skipped more than 1 week. It almost feels like so much has happened, but it is only been 1 week.
It has.
How has my stuff been? Insane, crazy, all the time, like always, with all the kids. Brooke's in baseball, so she's got a couple games a week. And then, like, it's the end of the school year, but
Yeah.
here at my school, at my kids' school, they have, like, stuff for next year already starting. Like, our oldest is doing majorettes, so she's got practice for that. And then volleyball will start this summer for both girls. And then Abriella starts, like, the parents as teacher program
Hmm.
this coming the 28th. They come, like, where they come to your house and stuff. Well, Abriella and the baby, and we'll start doing like school stuff with them once a week and like play group. I've been going to
Nice.
school full time online, so I'm like taking double classes. I'm about to quadruple that in a couple months so that I can graduate early. And then work's been really busy. My husband I barely see because his job is insane all the time, and then he streams full time
Hmm.
too. So crazy. Things have been crazy all the time.
It sounds like it. So, we know that you started school the first week. No, it was the week after Mother's Day, right?
It was 3 weeks ago, whenever that was.
Okay, around there. Somewhere in there. So, yeah, you're going back to school for business and
Marketing.
marketing, sorry,
It's
not for
okay with a
business.
marketing with a concentration in digital marketing.
Got it. Okay. So yeah, you're focusing on getting your kind of I guess what your marketing group back because before when we were with it without children,
Without children, and we could go out and live our lives.
we were well, you were mostly promoting a lot of different artists in the
hmm
area. And I kind of tagged along and helped, but
I mean,
didn't
you did
do
a
it.
lot of work too, so I would don't downplay what you did because we were in it together. Yeah, I just feel like I definitely am. I mean, if the opportunity presents itself where I can work in the music part of things again, great. But do I want to
Right.
promote musicians and like book shows and stuff again?
No.
Probably not, because musicians are whiny, needy little babies. No offense, no offense, but
No
they
offense to
are.
none of the ones that we actually helped, but
I
there
wouldn't say
was,
to none, maybe some.
well, maybe one or two. But no, it was a fun time. But like
Oh, definitely.
doing that, you can't have like kids because we were
Well,
going out almost every weekend, and then there were some weeknights that we
oh
would
yeah.
be out.
Or we would be like at a bar, like looking at new musicians, or
Yeah.
like out of town all the time. Like, I want to be able to like travel where I can take my kids places too. And like my husband
Hmm.
can go, and we can do like family things, and I can work from home still. So my goal
Right.
is to start this marketing company with you, of course, and then be able to travel, do branding, like brand management, social media management, that kind of thing,
Right.
but not so much in the nightlife side of things. I know there'll be some things, obviously, as adults, people congregate to those kinds of areas. But I don't drink, and I mean, I think about drinking sometimes, but I don't drink, and I don't like the bar scene as much anymore because I'm old now, and like 9 o'clock is my preferred bedtime.
No, it is true. I mean, like if you ask me, like I wouldn't, I haven't been to a bar and I don't know how long. It feels like it's been quite some time. And I was the person who was always at the bar. I think I
The
literally lived
foo.
there.
The foo
Yeah.
was the best.
Yeah, the Foo Bar and Danley's, like I think I literally I lived there. I would go get my dinner there, drink until God knows when, and then decided I was like, okay, we're going home. But yeah, no, I can't do any of that anymore. And it's, obviously kids, but even without that factor, it's like, no, I just want to be in bed by
The
like nine
energy
o'clock.
level is like not there at all. And like I'm
Right.
trying to like do things to get more energy, like work out and
Mm-hmm.
take vitamins and stuff. Oh, and it's working, but I feel like I still don't want to be I don't want to party anymore. And I don't think
No.
we really drank that much. I mean, I know I still even when we would go out would drink as much as everybody else, but and you always handle yourself
Yeah, I have a
very
very high
well.
tower.
Yeah, I was gonna say very well. I mean, but I just it's not for me anymore. I don't think.
Right.
Like if you go out and you have a good time and you're a mom and you have free time to do that stuff, good for you. But that is I couldn't imagine
Absolutely.
going out to the bar and drinking and then coming home the next day and having to take care of my kids with like the migraine and all of that
Hmm.
stuff. That no, I would die. I would die.
Yeah, I do it to myself sometimes. I don't go out to drink, but I drink at home.
Oh,
And
that's
I'll,
different though. At least you're home.
yeah, but I'll do it sometimes to myself. And I'm like, I know I'm gonna feel like complete crap tomorrow. But I'm just gonna have one more.
Yeah,
And then
why
I
not?
wake up,
Makes you feel
wake,
good then.
wake up the next morning and I'm like, nobody talk to me. I can't focus for 2 seconds. Like,
I'm gonna be honest. There are some days where, like this morning, I when I woke up, I'm like, "Can you just please be quiet for?" And I didn't even drink anything. Like, I just please just be quiet for 5 minutes because I feel like every single day of the last 2 weeks has been get up, kids, like run around, try to get the house clean,
hmm
try to get like I'm trying to like I'm very much a minimalist. I'm trying to like get rid of everything in my house probably. And just get
right.
organized and like get my anxiety in check as I take on more with school and trying to start a business and all of these things. But because my husband has a crazy schedule, my kids have a crazy schedule, it's just like go, go, go all the time. So this morning I'm like, please just I'm telling my 2-year-old, can you just be quiet for 5 minutes? And I don't care if that sounds horrible, but that child talks all the time. Please be quiet.
Yeah.
5 minutes. That's all I'm asking. And she'll sit in
No,
my
I
ear.
get it.
I'm writing a paper today. She's sitting in my ear, like on my shoulder. Mama, mama, mama. What? Hold me. I am holding you. You are on. Do you want to become part of me? Like.
You are quite literally on top of me, man.
I
No,
just.
I get that. I'm sorry. Having mental breakdowns, just that.
I wasn't even gonna say.
Having mental breakdowns, just that.
I'm
Nothing
like,
out
I
of the
have at least
norm.
one a week, so you're not alone in this.
Yeah, no, I've been okay. Like I've been trying to. So for me, it's a little bit different. I'm not in school. I'm not, what I'm doing anything that's productive besides trying to work out.
Working a full time job, like
Well,
you do that.
yeah, I guess.
Okay.
No, I do. I do. I work a full-time job. But besides that, like I haven't really been doing much of anything productive for myself. I lost you there.
For some reason, I got a notification about adding effects to this thing.
No, ma'am.
Yeah, we don't need effects. We're extra now.
But yeah, no, I have, like I've been working on myself. The whole reason for the podcast was so that we could venture out, mostly me venture out and get back to the person that I once was, which was somebody who loved talking and just having a good time, not needing to drink or whatever, but just, conversating, having a funny conversation, joking around, whatever. So this is why the podcast began. And so I was just, mostly trying to focus on myself. I've had a couple times where I've been really down in the dumps trying to like pull myself back out where I was like should have done the podcast last week. I really should have because
It helps.
I was thinking to myself, like, how could I allow myself to not continue to keep doing this because I can't just give up on it. And of course, in my mindset at that time, I wasn't really thinking like that. I kind of was just like all over the place that day. So if I can remember correctly, because my brain is so foggy. I woke up and my son Ben had given me a hard time to get to school. And it all started from there. And then I was just kind of like already in the dumps because of some other stupid shit that I shouldn't even be thinking about. But there's a lot of different things that played that day. And then, it came time to work. And so I was working, and my son Archie's with me while I'm working. And he was just kind of all over the place. That day, he really made me question. He made me question my patience and my sanity, and gentle parenting quite literally went out the fucking door that day, because I was just like, I don't know. Like I could not just keep myself together. And then one moment I was like, okay, we got this. The next moment I was crying. The next moment I was like, what the fuck is wrong? I don't understand it. I have been starting, like I did start a new medication, not for like chemical brain imbalance shit. I will never do that. But for weight loss. So for my weight loss journey, which is another thing that I've been trying to focus on, is losing weight. And I was reading some of the side effects that day, and I was like, so it does kind of fuck with your mood. You kind of can come off as a bipolar crazy bitch, which I already am. Besides the bipolar, I'm just the crazy
Just
bitch
the
part.
crazy bitch part, yeah. I will 100% vouch for that one.
So to add the bipolar onto it, it was just whatever, like the mood swings that day was all over the place. But besides that, besides having my mental breakdown and feeling like the piece of poop on the bottom of somebody's shoe, I just have been really focusing on, working. I've been looking into other jobs just because I kind of don't, not that I don't like where I work now, not saying that. I do. I like the fact that I get to work from home, but I hate the fact that I get to work from it's just not easy, especially when you have a 3-year-old that you're trying to potty train, that you really just want to be able to spend time with to educate, but you kind of can't because you're in this between these two kind of different worlds when you're working. But yeah, I haven't really been doing much of anything else though. Nothing really crazy or exciting. Just my normal day-to-day
Life.
craziness. Yeah, life. My oldest Ben, he finishes school on the 29th. That's his last day. So it's been quite literally an uphill battle trying to convince the kid he's only got a certain amount of days left, because he really thinks that I lie every single morning. He thinks that I'm
Yes.
lying to him. Like, no, you told me this 2 weeks ago. I only had a week left. And I'm like, I never said that. So maybe I did say that just to get your ass out of bed, but I don't remember. So
I
yeah,
mean,
no, that's just it.
that was just for the greater good, though, right?
Hmm.
Now, I definitely feel the working from home thing because when I had my son and he was a newborn, I was working from home full time and I made like medical appointments. I was like a
Yeah,
receptionist. So I was trying to balance that life of a newborn and a 2 year old. Well, an almost 2 year old. And like my husband was gone. Like it was just a mess. So
yeah.
like the stress that I had daily, like I definitely cried a lot. And I probably, my patience, I mean, it's gotten better, I would say somewhat, but
Hmm.
it definitely it definitely was very trying. And the gentle parenting with my daughter, I don't think is ever an option because she is me and my husband combined.
Yeah.
She is a maniac. Like, that kid is insane. And she's too smart for her own good. So I definitely feel that. I definitely am trying to find I mean, I enjoy waiting tables. I don't want to give that up because I like leaving my house. But I'm trying to find something right now. I'm working on my resume and my LinkedIn and everything to get something from home where I can have that balance of, and it's like probably impossible to find this job where I can have the balance of being with my kid
Yeah.
and working and making money so that I can do things. So I mean, I guess it's like we can do things now, but my husband's schedule's so crazy and everything that it's just I don't really know. I just want to spend a bunch of money.
We don't have the money to spend.
I mean, I think my husband kind of keeps me in check with that because, like, we do have money to spend, but my idea of like family vacations and stuff is always extra because I have to be
Oh,
extra on everything. Like, birthday parties and things and everything. And I just want to do everything for all of these kids. And 4 kids is a lot. So
No, yeah, absolutely.
but we're actually, my oldest is going to Outer Banks, I think, somewhere for vacation with her friend
Somewhat.
the last week of school. Then they go on vacation beginning of July with their mom, and then we're planning like a trip, you and I, in July,
Yes, in
and
July.
then end of July we're going on our vacation because we extended it out because it made more sense. So summer's gonna be nuts too.
I'm not ready to have both of my children at home with me while
I'm not
I'm
ready to
working.
have 4 children
Yeah,
at home.
I don't know how you do it.
I mean, in all fairness, my our middle child, Brooke, she's very helpful. She's very great with the kids. Our oldest, she mainly stays in her room or with her friends. But I know it's going to be just a parade of kids in and
Oh
out of
yeah.
my house and things going on and all of these things. So, I mean, I love that for them, and I love having that house where their friends feel like they're comfortable and like they can come over and do whatever. Like the one time we moved to one neighborhood and they invited like the whole neighborhood over to get snacks and they were passing out snacks like I was the freaking corner grocery store. So it's just always craziness.
Felt like I was the corner store.
I'm not even kidding you. Like they literally were taking like a box of juices out and like all like the whole like the multi pack of chips, like taking everything
Hmm.
and yeah.
Yeah, no, I don't. There's kids on my block, and Ben will go and like play with them in their backyard and stuff. But when it comes to that extent, it's like, they're more than welcome to come hang out in my backyard as well. But
In my yard, not in my house.
yeah, in my yard is how far of an extension it gets because I just, the messes are crazy enough with my kids. It's like I really don't need other messes. No, 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 no. I mean, later on when they get older, become teenagers and stuff, I'm sure that it'll be different.
No, 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 no. I'm going to tell you. The amount of trash that comes out of these teenagers' rooms after they have a bunch of friends over, literally. Full garbage bags full. Like, I
My
don't even know
God.
how. Like, I don't even see them bring that much stuff up. And somehow it all comes back down in, like, mass quantities. Yeah. But
Okay, never
also,
mind.
our girls have, like, a pretty variety group of friends. So, like, the oldest,
Mhm.
she often has more than one friend over at a time. So.
Gotcha.
But that's okay. Like, I'm happy and I love all of her friends and happy that she can be social and live that life. But sometimes I just want to break from all of the kids and all of the mess and
Yeah,
all of the house. Hence why we're taking a trip with no kids, no husbands, no animals.
nothing. By the way, I'm not married, for anybody who's wondering.
No, no. No husbands, no significant others, living partners, side pieces, whatever you want to call it.
Oh my God, just no other guys. No, no
No,
guys. No guys, no
no.
guys. Oh, that's so funny. No, I guess that is just something that I haven't really touched base on, but it doesn't really matter to me, to be honest with you. I don't, it's a sticky situation and I don't care to speak about it, but I am happy. My kids are happy, and that's all that matters, to be
And
honest with you.
yes, that's all that matters is that you're happy, that you're working on you, and that your kids are
Hmm.
happy.
Yeah, no, I can't say that I'm truly, truly happy because who the fuck is truly happy? Like, if you're
I mean,
truly happy, like, get the fuck out of here. You're lying. Stop.
like all the time, yeah, no,
Yeah,
because
no.
that's not life. There are days where you're like, I want to rip my hair. Excuse me, my hair out. Everybody has those days. I mean, some more than others, and mental health is a big thing nowadays, not just because of like home life, but like trying to make a life for
Hmm.
yourself or for your kids is like almost impossible unless you are, in a bigger position like you have, or like you have a joint income, or you're going to school or whatever, but you have to work really, really, really hard
Oh,
anymore
yeah.
to get anything out of life. And that alone is stressful, especially when you're trying to support little people.
Yeah, very, very, very stressful. Going back to all of that, like it's just I commend anybody who's struggling. I mean, like, but they're still going. Like they're pushing forward. They're still thriving through, the shitty shit of life, of what life is, because let's just be completely honest, what we live in right now today is just disgustingness and I feel for anybody who's struggling, but I also commend them for continuing to push fucking forward because what else can you fucking do? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
There's not much else that us as we're not even middle class, I guess. Is that even a thing? Does that even
I don't
fucking
really know if the
exist?
middle class even exists anymore. I feel like there's the top 1% of the population and then the
Hmm.
rest of the world.
Well, for us rest of the world people who can't afford a fucking Lamborghini and all this other bullshit. Like I'm proud of us for pushing
Yeah.
forward. I'm proud of the fact that we are trying to just get ahead. Like it's a shitty world that we live in. But hey, let's all just push forward and share kindness and share love and we'll all get to be in one safe, happy place at some point in life. You know what
It's
I
funny because
mean?
this is literally like one of my topics in my humanities class. Like, we're talking about, like, you had to pick one subject, and it was like
Hmm.
mental health, activism, or diversity, and I picked diversity. But one of the things that we had to pick was like a list of songs or books or something for our main project, and I picked that song "Where's the Love" by the Black Eyed Peas. And that's literally like
Yes.
what we're talking about right now, how fucked up the world is, and like the
Yeah.
lack of compassion. So yes,
It's
that is, and I'm loving this class because the fact, I want to say 10 years ago when I was in college, they definitely didn't teach or focus on diversity or
no.
activism or mental health like they do now.
Hmm.
Like, and it's so great to see that that's like one of the big things that a lot of universities focus on, and how, like, they literally put a focus on how messed up the world is. And it's like, I mean, it's horrible, really, how bad it is, but
It's disgusting.
it's great that there is now like a focus on it, because it should have been a thing 10 years. It should have been a thing already, like, but
It should have been, yes. It definitely should have been. We should have never gotten to a point where we had to physically start talking about how shitty the world is. You know what I mean? Like it should
yeah,
have never gotten to that part, but or to this state, but here we are. And there is nothing that we can physically do about it at this point.
maybe stop being shitty people. Like, I mean, not you, obviously, or
Yeah,
being,
yeah. Yeah,
not that
no,
I'm
no,
the
no.
best person in the world, but that's the biggest thing I think people can do is
No.
stop being shitty people.
Yeah, absolutely. Please. Just because, you know, what really gets me the most is people who feel that they're entitled. Please stop feeling like you're fucking entitled. You wear the same shoes as me, or you wear the same fucking perfume, or you drive the same car as me. There's no entitlement there. Even if you fucking drove a goddamn Lamborghini and I drove a fucking Toyota Corolla from 1995, it doesn't fucking matter. You're not entitled over my life or what I do or anything like that. So don't be cruel or rude because it just doesn't make the world go round. It makes the world fucking have people who hate and then the hate gets spread and then it's just more hate. Instead of spreading hate, spread love and kindness. Just fucking
It's really
be,
like so much easier to be nice. I feel like it takes me more energy to be an asshole to
yeah.
somebody. Like, I can't say I'm not an asshole because I am nice to everybody until you're an asshole to me. And then,
No, yeah, absolutely.
but it takes way more energy and it's exhausting to be mean to people. It really is.
No, it
Like, to
is.
carry that much negativity has got to weigh you down.
Absolutely. That should just I used to know someone who just quite literally carried negativity all the fucking time. And it used to be like a running joke. Like I would just fucking just joke about the fact of how stingy and disgusting and entitled this person felt like they needed to be. But it's like we're working at the same job, ma'am. You know what I mean? Like we're sitting here, we're working at the same job, getting paid the same amount of money. And you're sitting here and you're trying to make me feel like I'm just some worthless piece of shit on the bottom of somebody's shoe when I've done nothing but sat here. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
you literally just walk through the door and you have like this huge I think so I guess I'm not putting it in scenario. Let me just put it in scenario. I was an assistant manager. This person came in and I think they thought that they were getting the assistant manager position, but they did not. This is not in any of my recent jobs, just putting it out there because I know some people I worked with.
They're like, she
Watch
fucking
this.
hates me.
No, it is not from like my like really recent
This is
employees.
past, past,
Past,
past.
past, past time. This is before kids, before national beef. Let's just say that. If anybody who knows me knows. But I got an assistant manager position, and this person came in and thought that they were going to be getting it, but they didn't because unfortunately they're just not, they weren't good at the job or whatever. Not my place to say that, I guess. So what started happening was this person wasn't listening to anything that I was directing them to do when they would come in for their shift. And they would just sit there and start talking very vulgarly, disgustingly about me to other people. And of course, these people who this person was talking to would come to me and be like, hey, like, and it just was like this revolving door of disgustingness that I was just like, I don't understand. I don't feel, even as an assistant manager, like I didn't act like that. Like I acted as your friend. Like I acted as we were equal. I wouldn't be rude or anything, but she would still continue to act like I guess like her ass didn't smell when she took a shit. Like that's how she acted. Like it was just gross. And so I guess moral of the story is
Ryan. Sorry.
no, it's okay. I guess moral of the story is I killed her with kindness because I didn't know what else to do. And to be honest with you, kindness is the key to anybody's misery. Like, I'm just completely telling you right now, they won't know what to do with themselves if
Oh,
you're
100%.
just so nice to them to the point where they're just like, wait, you make them think, like, why was I being rude to this person in the first place? So, besides that, just spread kindness. Don't be fucking assholes. Don't be dickwads. Just be good people. Be happy and kind to people. You don't have to be happy all the time, but just be fucking kind.
See, I like to refer to myself as a nice asshole. Like, if somebody is intentionally, say at my job, I have to be like, they like to send me out to be the asshole. They do. They like
Hmm.
to because I'm good at being professionally a nice
And us.
asshole. Like, yeah. So if I have to tell somebody, you can't have this the way you want it, or this is just not how things go here, or something, I'm so nice about it, that I'm intentionally being an asshole to you. But there's nothing you can do because I'm
Right.
being nice about it.
Yeah.
Like, there's a line, and like, you're not going to cross it, but I'm still being nice about it. You know what I mean?
Hmm. I
And
do know.
I can't say that I don't enjoy those moments, because I checking people sometimes is something I do enjoy, but you can be nice to people and like even in a shitty situation and like not make them feel like all crap. Like they're going to
Right.
question, like, I guess I'm not going to get what I want out of the scenario, so I'm just going to stop.
Yeah, let's stop throwing fucking tantrums like my
As
3-year-olds. Like,
adults, like, right?
we're
Like as
adults.
adults. And some adults are not adulting. It's not
No.
mathing.
The math ain't math in here, bro. You look like you're 60, but you're acting like you're 3.
Yeah.
It's just not adding up for me, man. Yeah, no, yeah, it's a world of fucking shit sometimes. Like you said, like, yeah, I can be a dick. Like, I can be a complete asshole. I am sometimes to certain people. I still choose kindness, though.
Yeah. You just choose to be a nice dick, like a nice person that is mean to people. Like,
I
that
just,
I just don't care for you or the scenario, but I'm still gonna be nice about it.
I'm gonna try.
I'm
I'm
gonna
gonna
try. Like,
really try.
there are some times.
No, I do find myself, and this is with people I'm comfortable with. I do find myself projecting the same energy that I'm given.
Oh, yeah.
So, for example, the father of my kids, I project the same energy that I'm given. Yeah, in that aspect, I can be a complete dick.
I'm
So.
sorry. I'm sorry. I have to laugh because I know the whole scenario.
I can be a complete asshole in that aspect. And if everybody knew, everybody would be like, okay, I get it. But no, honestly, I'm not.
No, it's not that bad, guys.
I
So,
really do try to spread kindness when I can because it sucks, Like it really does suck. Like when you're having a shitty day or a shitty fucking week or a shitty month, and nobody knows what you're going through. Nobody knows what anybody's going through. And then all of a sudden you get this fucking Karen or Kevin who comes around, and they just want to fucking insult you for any God-given reason because they're miserable.
Hmm.
It's like, come on, like, just think before, or if you have nothing to say, then just don't say it. Like, just
Yeah.
don't say it at all. Like, so I'm 100% Hispanic. I speak Spanish. When I'm out in public, I try not to because it's just a lot of fucking discrimination against anybody of a Hispanic culture these days, because
Hmm.
everyone's a fucking immigrant, I guess. Yeah, like I was out the other day, and I was talking to my son in Spanish, and I was kind of just cursing him out, to be honest with you, because I was annoyed with him. And I didn't want to say it in English because I didn't want, other people to stare at me like, wow, this she's really cursing at her kid. She's like fucking cursing at him with Spanish, but like under my breath. So it's not like
Yeah.
really loud. This woman just like kind of she's just staring at me, and I could feel her presence just fucking ripping through my goddamn soul as if I had like fucker or stupid or idiot on my fucking forehead or something. And so like I just glanced at her, and she kind of just shrugged her shoulders, like, and I'm just like, I do not have the patience right now for this. I really don't. And I don't want to be mean. I don't want to be rude. So I just kind of was like, okay, like, yes, because she's shrugging her shoulders at me. And she's like, I could hear you. And I'm like, you could hear me what, mumbling? She's like, oh no, I could hear you speaking that language. And she's like, I would have never thought that you were Mexican or something like that. And I'm like, ma'am.
You're not Mexican.
I was like, wow, first and foremost. Secondly, I'm like, ma'am, is that how you perceive all people who speak Spanish? But I was like, because not all people come from Mexico, just, so you're aware. I'm just trying to educate her, like, let her know. Like, not every person who speaks Spanish comes from Mexico. I mean, we have Spain, we have Portugal, we have fucking Venezuela, we have, Brazil, we have many
Puerto
other
Rico.
Puerto
We
Rico,
have.
yeah. We have many other fucking places that people speak some type of Spanish. Yeah, it might sound differently, but to them, they don't
It's the
fucking know.
second most common language.
Exactly. So, yeah. So she just quickly was like, well, with all of this going on, and I'm like,
All of what
fucking
going on? What do
God.
you like?
I already knew what was coming. Like, as soon as I heard that, I already fucking knew what was coming. And I'm like, okay, well, just to let you know, I was just like, I'm going to stop you right there because I really don't want to go into this debate about what Trump is doing because that's where it was headed.
Yeah.
I just was like, I just want to, like, I'm a citizen of the United States of America. I was like, I have an ID. I actually have a real ID. And I'm not going to show you because you don't need to see that. I just want to explain to you that I was born here in New Jersey. I was raised here. My parents are from Puerto Rico. That is where I get my heritage from. I am 100% Puerto Rican, not Mexican. And then she goes, "Oh, it makes sense on why you look like a white girl then." And I'm like, "Yep, okay, I'm done." I'm just like, "All right. Well, thank you. Have a blessed day, ma'am." And just walked
Oh my
away
God,
because I'm
people are
like,
literally. That's so crazy.
I'm like, yeah, just keep putting our fucking foot in our mouths every time we talk. Like, I'm just like, I can't. So, yeah, that's the thing that I'm talking. Like, I don't do that was a story that, like, I was just like, you know what? I kept my cool, my calm, my composure. I was already heated at my
Oh,
fucking
I
kid.
feel that. Like I am so proud of you because then Neely and I would have known there wouldn't have been no talking at that point.
No, there would have been, I would have
Violence,
thrown.
violence would have been.
The devil would have been on my shoulder, like, get her.
But at the same time, your kid was there. So what are you gonna do? Throw your kid at her?
I mean, I was pretty pissed at my kids, so it could have happened, to be honest, actually. I'm not kidding. No, I
Oh my
am kidding.
God.
Oh my God, nobody called anybody. I would have never done that. But no, I did. I bit my freaking tongue, and I'm like, I went into my car and I put my son in his car seat, and I was like, Archie, do you want to scream? And Archie's like, yeah. And I'm like, all right, let's just scream. And we just screamed at the top of our lungs in the car.
He's probably like,
Because
yeah, you never let me scream before. Let me do it, mom.
I was like, I was so pissed off. I was just like, I can't even. People are just
People
so
like that are like just
disgusting.
yeah, disgusting. Literally, that's the word. I know my husband's gonna laugh because he can hear me in the next room. But we're talking about diversity and cultures and stuff in school. I never actually looked up the definition of a minority group. Like I know what it means, but
Hmm.
the actual definition of a minority is to have less power than the majority. Do you know how
Hmm.
fucked up that is? How fucked up it is to say somebody has less power because they look differently or like there's these different groups now based on like Polish Americans and Jews
Yeah,
and all of these things and because you are less than the average white male,
that's all it comes down to.
like what is that even about? Like how can you say that if you're a US citizen and you are a registered voter and you pay your taxes and all of this, but you're still grouped in the minority group because of the color of your skin? That makes absolutely no sense. You have the same amount of power as the
Hmm.
person standing next to you at the line to vote. Like that triggered me so bad. Like I was like, and I just want to real quick catch everybody up. I'm married to somebody who's African American. Our children are mixed. We have several, like he has kids from a different relationship, so we have a variety of culture. I want to say in our house. So, and even before my husband, that was like diversity is a huge deal to me, and that shit, like I will not be a nice person. Like,
Yeah.
I don't give a shit. I do discriminate against people that are hateful because
Hmm.
what is wrong with you? What is wrong with you? That is so ignorant to say and like to ask a person, what are you? Like, why are you speaking another language? Why does it matter what I am doing? Like, I don't speak any other languages. I can barely speak English. Let's be real here. Like, but um
Same.
but people are so judgmental over the dumbest shit in the world. Like, let's
Hmm.
real quick, if you did the math and took away every culture outside of the United States, all the white people would be gone too because this
Hmm.
whole country was Native
It
American
was built
before
off of
like
literal
robbing.
immigrants.
Yeah, like you literally came and stole other people's land and like now you
Hmm.
want to say, oh, you can't be here but we took it from you. No, that's not how it works. Like, what is wrong with you
Right.
people?
Right.
Like, and then to be hateful in front of children, like the fact that your kid was there and this woman was acting like that, like you have a 3-year old there watching, literally watching and absorbing all of this
Hmm.
happening right now. Like, what is wrong with you? The
Yeah.
questions I've been asked about my daughter: is she yours? What does her dad look like? All of these different things. I'm not even gonna touch because I live in a small community
Yeah.
and there is not as much diversity here as there are in big areas. There is more recently, but the questions, the comments made to members of my family or to me about my kids and stuff is insane. Like, and they'll be sitting right there. Like, what is are you people like dumb? Like, do you not care about kids at all? Like, what you're doing in front of
Yeah.
them? Like, it's ignorant. It just, like, that's a huge trigger for me. Like, I literally am, like, pulling the camera closer to me and I'm, like, holding on to this thing. Like, these people are, like,
The Kevins and the Karens of the world don't really give a shit if there's a child listening or watching. And yeah, when I experienced that, I tell you, I think majority of the reason why I kept my composure is because my child was there. But then
mhm.
again, I thought about it and I'm like, my kid sees me fucking throw hands to the air sometimes.
Like,
Like,
yeah, my kids experience some things too because as a full-time mommy, your patience is not always there. And when you're home all the time, it's not always there. And for
yeah,
all of the moms out there that are like, I never yell at my kids and I never curse and I never, good for you.
the
Good
gentle
for you.
parenting.
There's gentle parenting. I'm glad that works in your house.
I quite literally, I fight that bitch every day. The
Oh
gentle
my god,
parent.
like my kids are not unloved and they are not in a bad situation
No.
whatsoever, but there is some yelling and
Yeah.
there's definitely some cursing and never violence.
Let me tell you.
Like
Let me tell
I
you something. Even with fucking violence, because I hate the fact that we live in this world now today, that if you were to discipline your child by spanking them, automatically you're a horrible parent. Let me fucking tell you something. I grew up in a household where the fucking sandal, the belt, the phone wire became the fucking lethal weapon of
My dad had a paddle,
the
bro, like
discipline. Like, yeah.
with the holes in it. Like
Like, and
I just
I didn't come out like a damn asshole. I didn't come out like Karen or Kevin who had the fucking pristine spoon in their fucking mouth. You know what I mean? Like, I came out with respect and I know how to respect people and treat them with kindness. And yeah, sometimes kids fucking need a little bit of a discipline. I don't hit my kids. I would never. But I'm just saying that people really need to stop stereotyping that type of discipline as if it's crazy to even imagine because we were literally being, I don't want to say beat up, but we were literally being
we were literally
spanked.
disciplined.
Yeah, like
Yeah.
we were being spanked as we were going. If you tell me that you weren't in the 90s, then you're fucking lying, or your parents just didn't really give a fuck about what you did
Yeah, they
because
clearly didn't care. They just let you do whatever they wanted.
exactly, because
They're
no.
like, if as long as you're not bothering me, just go.
Yeah.
And that kind of parenting, I feel like that kind of parenting is worse than disciplining your kids. And like, it's a trend now. Like, you see all these parents on TikTok. Like, okay, if you have to stay in a hotel with your kids, okay,
Hmm.
cool, whatever. Like, I grew up in a very poor family where in areas where we did stay in a hotel at some times, and
Yeah.
I've lived in a car and stuff. But now it's like a trend. Like, people are like using social media for people to feel bad for them, and they're letting all their kids sleep on the floor and stuff, and nobody does anything about this. Like, it's
Mm-mm.
like, no big deal that my kid's eating fucking ravioli out of a can. As long as my kid's eating, which sometimes, yeah, okay. But you're like, I don't even know how to describe these scenarios because they're using their kids to get money from other people and stuff. And like,
They're
these kids are in the,
popularizing their children and their children's struggle.
and like, and they're just putting, sorry, my phone almost fell, they're just putting these kids in
Okay.
these horrible situations and nobody does anything about it, and like they'll continue to do so even though they have the money or the means to be in a better situation, and it's just, it's unreal to me.
Did you hear about Ashley Trevino?
I
Do
don't
you
know who
know
that
that?
is.
No. Oh my God. I went through a fucking whole rabbit hole on this chick because so she's a mom, apparently. I say that very lightly because she didn't treat her kids very well. Anyways, she was on social media all the time. She was hooking up with a kid who was 18 years old. She's 36, I think. I think that's
That's
the age that she was. Yeah. This and apparently she didn't know that he was that age, but she saw his military license and I thought the military license has your fucking birthday on it,
I'm
but
pretty
who the fuck?
I'm pretty sure it does.
Yeah, so she just can't, she couldn't do math apparently because I think it literally said he was only
Or
18.
she's lying.
Or she's lying, but whatever. But she has two daughters who are teenagers. And I think they're like 14, 15, and she has these random guys that age coming over to her house drinking on social media and like all this other no, nothing happened to her kids, and then eventually I guess she just got tired and like let her kids go with someone, I forget who, but the point is that this woman was quite literally documenting every horrible thing that she was doing to these kids because there was one instance where she just up and went to some person's house, some like TikToker, fellow TikToker, she didn't even know. And she went there with her daughters, left her daughters there at that house with unknown people, went to the bar with this fellow TikToker and left them there the whole time.
That's
And
crazy.
it's like these are teenage girls. Like you don't think that there could possibly something happen. You know what I mean? Like in my mind, I'm like, dude, at that age, like I would never leave my girls.
No, no. Like, we don't even let our kids really walk the streets alone or anything. Like, even though we live in a small town, like, they're teenage girls. You have no idea
Yeah, that's the
who is
thing.
watching or, like,
And there was nothing done about, I don't think. I think she fell off. I think she is no longer famous on TikTok. Well, thank God for the fucking for that. Thank God that she's no longer making money off of her disgusting post. Hey, I applaud the American fucking people for no longer allowing her to be famous. But yeah, it's just that's just the type of shit that I don't agree with. Like you said, like you're you're ploiting like these, kids, even though they weren't really mentioned or anything, they were known about and they were in the background of her videos and they were everywhere that she went and they didn't even have
Absolutely.
a bed or anything. You know what I mean? Like it was just disgusting. Like it was just gross.
And it's crazy. She's not like the only one. I know that she's not
Hmm.
because there's. Have you read about the Jenkins family on TikTok? Like,
I vaguely did, yes.
yeah, like they're everywhere. And I'm not like
Oh,
I don't want
fucking
to
gosh.
like I don't really know too much about their story, but they were staying in a hotel, and then or no, they were staying in a one bedroom apartment, and their kids were sleeping on the floor in the kitchen, and like people from TikTok bought their kids beds because they felt bad, and they were
Hmm.
sleeping in a bed in the bedroom, and he had a PS5 and all of these things. Like, you can afford a PS5, but you can't afford to buy beds for your kids. Like, what is that about? Like, that's insane to me. Like,
That's a
when
$500 console.
right? Like, we lived in low income housing when I was younger, and it like came already furnished. My parents slept in the living room and gave
Yeah,
us the bedrooms. Like, that's like, if I was in that situation, that's exactly what would happen there too. Now, we're definitely not in that situation. My kids run this house, and like my teenagers have their own rooms. My daughter still co-sleeps right now. Her grandma
yeah.
did just buy her own bed, but the chances of her sleeping in it,
Very
probably not.
slim.
Yeah, she loves our queen size bed, and it's a nice bed, so I don't blame her. But my son is the only one. I mean, the teenagers obviously sleep in their own beds, but my son sleeps in his bed like a little angel, and it's great. But the parents out there that aren't providing like let
The
me rephrase that.
necessities. Just
Yeah,
the
but
necessities.
I want to rephrase it just a little bit because I know there are some parents struggling and they
Hmm.
can't afford those things necessarily, or they're just in a situation currently where they
Yeah.
can't and they're working towards that. But to the people that have the means to provide for their kids and aren't providing for their kids, like, what are you doing?
Yeah, what's going on? Yeah, and the fact that you had to rephrase it, you didn't have to because we were talking literally about the fact how some of these parents have the means to
Yeah, like,
fucking give their kids a decent, at least a fucking bed. You know what I
yeah,
mean? $500, that can get you a decent bed off of Walmart anyways that
Walmart,
I know.
Amazon.
Yeah. So, yeah, no, we're not talking about anybody who's struggling. Not no.
No, because if you're
No.
struggling, I've been there as an adult and as a child, and I know, it's not easy to pull
Mm-mm.
yourself up, especially in this economy, and it's not easy when you have kids. And like, we're not struggling right now in our lives, but I can't say there's that it's never going to happen again because you don't know. You don't know what's going to
Right.
happen. So,
Exactly, because we could just fall off and be struggling the next day.
yeah, the
Either one of
economy
us,
could plummet.
yeah, yeah. I could lose my job and then I would be fucking on my ass struggling. I would
Yeah.
quite literally be struggling, but I would still make sure that my kids have what they need because
Yeah.
that is just that. But yeah, because I'm good right now, but there's things that I can sell, like a PS5 if necessary. You know what
Oh,
I
yeah.
mean?
Absolutely.
The fact that they actually had that in a fucking bedroom set just irks my nerves.
Like, yeah, but then they got evicted from that apartment because they lied on like the housing application or whatever. I don't want to like put 100% fact, but whatever, they got evicted. And now they're staying in a hotel room. Like a two bed, like, it's insane. Like, and my parents, even when we stayed in a hotel, we weren't there for very long. They did their best. Even if it wasn't like the best upgrade, we were in an
Right.
apartment or we were in a house or something. They did everything they could in their power because my dad was sick to get us out of that situation. I don't know if you hear my daughter being
Oh,
insane.
I do. I was gonna say, we could go on forever. We could wrap this up if you like.
Or whatever you want to do. Like, I feel like we've talked about a lot of things, and people are probably like, "Are they gonna ever shut up? Like, what's going
No,
on here?"
this is quite literally what you get.
Yeah, that's what you get. We just keep talking and going about. And I think, you know what? I think these episodes might be better for people where we just talk about things because we talk about a lot of important
Random
things.
things. Yeah.
Yeah, and things that people are like, they're watching these TikToks and they're probably questioning the same thing. Like, how are you not providing? Even people that aren't parents are probably making the same questions. But
Hmm.
I wanted to tell you that I am still freaking sick. Like, I don't know if anybody else is dealing with this. Like, now I'm on antibiotics. They don't know if it's bronchitis or pneumonia. The girl's mom She probably has pneumonia. Like literally, I've had X-rays and everything. So next step is next Friday. I have a doctor's appointment. If it's not gone completely after all of
Mhm.
this, two steroids and everything, I
Yeah.
will be taking a CAT scan of my chest. Like I really just and I so many other people have told me this. So if you have like bronchitis like symptoms, anybody right now, go to the doctor. Go to the doctor because
Yeah.
it's crazy. Like it's all in here. I keep trying to like clear my throat and it won't go away. It's getting a little better, but last week I literally had to call an ambulance because my oxygen like dropped and I was like home alone
Oh my
and
God.
I had to get like a breathing treatment and stuff and it's insane, yeah.
I would freaking say that is insane.
So if anybody smokes cigarettes too and you question, oh, I could probably live my life, don't quit smoking cigarettes. Quit smoking cigarettes because you don't want to feel like you can't breathe. You don't. Trust me, you don't. It's the worst. It's the
You
worst feeling.
don't.
It's the worst feeling I've ever had in my whole life, like ever. It's
I
so
laugh
insane. I
because I
know why
smoke
you're laughing.
cigarettes. No, it is horrible. I shouldn't. And me as somebody who's asthmatic, I really shouldn't be doing it.
Yeah,
But
that's yeah. I'm
we
so
will
glad I
get
don't.
we will get somewhere with that at some point in our lives.
Do you wanna end the live and like sign us off and then we'll have a
Yeah.
little chat before?
All right. Well, us millennials are out. We will see you next week.
Yes.